YouTube? It's your boy Average Joe Eats. We're out here for full day eating number 2. Let's go get it. Come eat with me.
Film on that and put it on that.
Film this. Whoa, what are you doing? Henry! Average Joe Eats Nation, we are here for another full day of eating number 2. I'm going to give you a little peek of my morning routine. It's about 8 o'clock. I just got up, going to let old Henry boy outside. You already know he's been whining and getting me up. Then he waits calmly back at the door. I mean, what a dog. Have to toot my own horn on the way I've raised him. Now it is time to feed him, give him 2 big scoops of just absolute delicious dog food. You know, if I've got to eat good, my dog's got to eat good, so I only feed him the most high quality food out there. Oh hey, what are you doing in there? Now it is time for my morning routine. Empty the dishwasher, do a little chores around the kitchen, get all my foods and utensils ready for the day of cooking. After that, it is time for a little coffee. Always drink my coffee black. It is the only way to drink it in my opinion, but that's just me. So trying to decide what I want. Ended up deciding on a caramel vanilla cream. Nice and delicious, you know, got a wide variety. Even though I drink my coffee black, I do kind of like the flavored ones. You know, I like to steer more towards vanilla or other ones. You know, I'm pretty open on that. Got my nice Will Ferrell cup. You know, that's just how I'm feeling today. And get myself caffeinated, and it is ready to go. After I finish my coffee, I usually sit down, enjoy my coffee, sip on it while I'm doing my chores. And usually I don't eat my first meal anywhere from an hour and a half to 3 hours after I've waken up. I'm really just not that hungry in the morning, and so I've just found that I eat when I'm hungry, and so if I'm not that hungry, I'm not going to eat. But this morning I was a little more hungry than usual, so I woke up about 8, and it was time to eat about 9:30. All right, it's time for the first meal of the day. I'm going to have 2 whole eggs with about 2 to 3 serving of egg whites. Before that, I'm going to saute a little spinach and mushrooms with some cooking spray. Make a little scramble out of it with 2 slices of toast, like I said, with maybe some jelly or cinnamon on top. Now it was time to get that spinach rolling. Had a little cooking spray on the pan. Toss a big heaping full of spinach because you already know it shrinks up when it is tossed into the pan. Then after that, I was going to get my eggs and egg whites ready. I eat egg whites all the time, but quite frankly, they don't have any taste. And so what I like to do is have an egg or 2 and mix that in with the egg whites so I can actually get that good egg flavor. One thing I also love about the food scale is I save so much time on cleaning measuring cups. And so as you can see, I'm working back and forth with the food scale. And so I am pouring out a little bit, measuring how much grams I have taken out of the egg white container, then working back, pouring a little bit more, and deciding from there. It saves so much time on cleaning utensils. Now it was time to grub out on this food. If you guys have noticed already, I don't know what kind of mood I was in, but I was listening to High School Musical all morning. I don't know, guilty pleasure movie back in the day. I always, for some reason, listen to Elton John too in the morning, but today I was also feeling a little bit more High School Musical. Time to grub down on this breakfast. Super low calorie and delicious. I was really full for about 4 or 5 hours after this, which is good for me because I'm a hungry person. After I enjoyed this breakfast, it was time to plant a couple plants for my home garden. All right, so I have planted my 2 plants for the year. I have a Husky Cherry Red, so you got those cherry tomatoes right here. I love having those in the kitchen. I eat those all the time in salads, egg scrambles, and a lot of other things, maybe even just for snacking. And then one of my favorite things ever, jalapeno hot pepper right here. I grew this last year and it was phenomenal. They weren't really quite the size as the ones you get from the grocery store, but they were tasty. And so I'm growing them again this year. I just planted them in the morning. Here is the first superset I had from my workout today. Another quarantine workout, working out outside because it's been a great week of weather here in Norman, Oklahoma. First superset of the day is we have a front foot elevated reverse lunge, 5 each way or 10 total. Really working on that depth, full range of motion, each thing, squeezing the glute at the top. Then we are going straight into 8 single leg hip thrusters, driving through that whole leg, squeezing the hamstring and glute. Also, this was our first superset. We did 3 supersets and a little bit of shoulders and some footwork to really keep that heart rate going. All right, it's time for my post-workout meal. I just put 300 grams of ice in there. I'm gonna add everything that I've already pre-measured out in here. I have 31 grams, aka 1 scoop, of this Select Protein peanut butter cookie, 6 grams of sugar-free Jello butterscotch, 2 grams of xanthan gum, half a tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder, a little bit of Swerve sweetener, a no-calorie natural sweetener, erythritol base, and about 1 tablespoon of coconut flour. I'm going to put this in the food processor right here, sprinkle it around, make sure it's evenly distributed. There you go, right there. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of this creamy unsweetened cashew milk, 25 calories per cup. Tar it out the scale right there. There we go. There's about 1 cup. I'm going to put the top onto this right here. All right, so I finally got the lid on, and I'm going to put it on. I'm going to pulse it a couple times. Make sure I hold it on the top. There you go. 8 to 10 minutes on this. All right, so it's been about 8 minutes or so. Just kind of watch to see when the ice is all chopped up. Look at that beautiful thing right there. Butterfinger Protein Frosty. I'm going to add a little toppings to it because it's pretty much all protein right now. A little bit of whipped cream and this 1 serving of this dark chocolate sauce. Then maybe a little bit of cereal go on top to get those carbohydrates. And then we're going to eat it all up. Look ye there. Delicious. About to smack this all up. Added some toppings, just add a little crunch. I like that crunch difference. Here we go. We have Bare Naked cocoa or cacao or whatever, however you say it, and cashew butter. I did a 1/4 of a serving because it's pretty calorie dense. And then I did a 1/4 of a serving of this Neapolitan puff cereal. Just enough to add some texture to this deliciousness. All right, it is lunchtime. It is about 4:33. Recently, I've been eating lunches a little later just because it helps keep my hunger under control, and I'm not as hungry in the mornings. So I'm gonna make a big old salad. On top of it, I'm gonna have this broccoli Normandy. It's got broccoli, florets, cauliflower, carrots, and yellow carrots. Very interesting. I'm gonna have that on top of a bed of iceberg lettuce because that's what I have, a little bit of spinach. Still kind of deciding what I want on top as the dressing. Here's my lettuce, more spinach, big spinach day, and I'm gonna have some chimichurri chicken on top as well. Big salad time. I got that frozen grilled chicken breast warmed up in the air fryer. I'm going to put maybe a little bit of Southwest hot mustard on it, maybe a little bit of hot sauce just to give it a little twang. But the dressing I used is this Hidden Valley Greek yogurt dressing. I found it to be really good. Similar to Bolt House, a little bit more in fat and, it wants to focus for me, a little bit more in fat and calories, but I found it to be very, very good and cheap. You can find that in your regular dressing section. Like I said, topped in tomatoes, a little bit everything but the bagel seasoning, and we are ready to eat. Making big salads at home is really like one of my favorite things to do while I'm cutting, which I am right now. And it's because of just like, honestly, all this pure volume. And really, you can make it as much lettuce and veggies as you want, and you really get to control that option of dressing, because 99% of the time when you go to the restaurant, I mean, that dressing is gonna be loaded with fat. I mean, a lot of hidden fats, probably with soybean oil, which is very inflammatory. But so like, I like to go to home, I use like yogurt-based dressings such as that ranch we saw, or honestly a lot. If the salad's not my main entree, I just use sriracha and mustard. Do not hate it until you try it. but I usually use that combination and it's perfect because mustard, 0 calories, sriracha, little calories. I mean, maybe even like a fourth of a cup would be like 20 calories, so it's not a lot. And so I use that stuff a lot, and you're able to season it. Like today I put a little bit of Colonel's popcorn seasoning on it to make the veggies flavored ranch a little bit, and you're just able to eat and just as much as you want. So just one of my favorite things to eat while I am dieting. Usually once a day or once every other day I eat a big salad. When I wasn't filming today, I was working on homework nonstop. So the family came over and we played some outdoors games. Here's the first one. We played horseshoes. Honestly, can't even tell you the last time I played horseshoes, but it was a lot of fun. Wasn't the best at it, but you know, you can't be great at everything, is what they say, or can you? But it was a great time with the family, 2v2, just enjoying the nice weather because it's been fantastic here in Norman.
John's got it down. Yeah. 2-0. Joe, Joe.
I was just letting you win, Joe.
Oh, you're okay.
So I didn't know.
I didn't know that. Oh.
Crazy guy. All right, we're starting with the base of my pizza crust. I have 100 grams of Greek yogurt in there. Then next I'm gonna add 70 grams of egg whites. Ooh, a little bit. 72, we'll take it. I'm not pouring 2 out. We're gonna mix this first. Turn to a little egg white mixture. There we go. Next, dry ingredients are happening right now. Real easy. 45 grams of all-purpose flour. Just about. Ooh. Oh, look at that. To the gram. You're going to tear it one more time. I'm going to do 8 grams of coconut flour. Use a measuring spoon just because it's a little bit easier. 7, 8, right there. And finally 4 grams of baking powder. Now we're going to add the spices, a little bit of basil, a little bit of Italian herbs, which has basil, oregano, mayor jam, a little bit of that. And then finally, this is a really key ingredient to get that good flavor on the crust, a little bit of garlic powder. I'm going to mix those ingredients up right here real fast. I'm gonna throw some of that in there first. Avoid any clumping. Keep stirring. Just throw it all in there now. It's not gonna look like a typical pizza crust. It's gonna look a lot more liquidy, but woo! There we go, right there. There we go. Now time to put it on the thing. Stop the video.
Oh!
Dixie's still cooking. Dad carries them around.
All right, 8 to 10 minutes out of the oven, looking golden brown right here. I have 1 serving of Alfredo sauce. Then I'm gonna do 1 serving of this fat-free mozzarella cheese and 1 serving of reduced fat. Get it nice and cheesy, then stick it back in the oven to about 3 to 5 minutes.
Big deal when things up.
Thank you all for watching the video. Once again, please smash that subscribe and like button to keep updated for Average Joe Eats. More recipes, videos, and challenges on the way. Look forward to seeing you soon.